Hey guys, so today we're going to go over aero hubs, the hubcap efficiency, so if you're interested, stay tuned. Hey guys, so this is my actual data, so this is over about a 2-month period from almost pretty much when I got the car until just now. So basically what I did was, I'm comparing obviously the aero hubcaps on compared to them off. So I've heard claims that there's like a 4% better efficiency with the aero hubs on, and I think that was from Tesla, but I can't remember. Anyways, I'm sure there's a big debate out there on, if the aero hubs are more efficient, if they're not. So anyways, here's my actual data from the tests I did, like I said, over the past 2 months. Well, this is probably obvious, but the reason why I think that the hubs are more efficient, like speculation wise, is because it's a big flat surface, and without all that air getting in there, if you take off the aero hubs, if you actually look at the rims, there's quite a bit of space in there, and so just like any big truck, there's going to be less drag with the hubs on. So I think that's why they are quote unquote more aerodynamic. So for my test, I drove about 650-ish miles with the hubs on. So you can see that here, and then 600, about the same distance with them off, so we can have a good comparison. And what I did was I basically, like I said, 650 miles about total, but then I also try to make it a little bit more even. So what I did is I took out the top 2 days where I got the best efficiency on both, and then I also took out the 2 crappiest days as well. So that way your data over here on the left is a little bit more even. And so this was, I drove in all situations. So this is basically just like my normal commuting to work. So if you see a lot of these 16 miles and 3 to 4 kilowatt, or the 4 kilowatt, 3 to 4 kilowatt days, those are basically just me driving back and forth to work. Obviously, there's a lot of other random mileages from weekends and things when we were driving around just doing whatever. And so, like I said, it's in all situations. So there were some windy days, there's rainy days, there's sunny days. So I would say this is a pretty standard average is what I'm trying to get. What I'm trying to get to is, your average day, what is your efficiency like, with your hubcaps on or off. So let's go over the results. So if we take the total, hubcaps on, I drove 657 miles, used 149 kilowatts, and that grand total was 4.4 miles a kilowatt. Now with the hubcaps off, I drove 662 miles, 151 kilowatts, and it's 4.38 miles per kilowatt. So that's the total, but like I said, I took those out, so we have a little bit of a better average. So if you take the rest of the data set that I have, it was 554 miles, 124 kilowatts with the aero hubs on, and we got 4.47 miles a kilowatt. And if we go down here to when the hubs are off, 591 miles, 135 kilowatts, which came out to be 4.38 miles a kilowatt. So from my data set, you can see that with the hubcaps on is a 2.2% efficiency better with hubcaps on, which really isn't all that much. And if you take the entire data set, it's a whole 0.6% better. So really it doesn't even make a difference really at all. So since I was curious, I just did a little calculation down here. I wanted to see, well, if we, on your average day, if you get 2% better efficiency, what is that going to save you per week? And so I just did 300 miles. Let's say you drive 60 miles round trip to work each day, which turns out to be 300 miles a week. And you take the 2, efficiencies that we came up with, find out the kilowatts, and then I get 13 cents a kilowatt from PG&E when I charge overnight. So if you translate that into electricity, with the hubs on, it costs me $8.72 a week to drive to work. With the hubs off, it's $8.90 to drive to work. So the whole difference is a whole 18 cents with the hubcaps on. So, obviously per week, that's really not anything. It's not material at all. So you know, the real question is it worth it to keep the hubcaps on for this type of savings? I mean, 18 cents is, you can't even buy a gumball with that these days. So is it really worth it to keep the hubcaps on if you don't like them to save 18 cents 18 cents a week, basically? So for me personally, I don't really like the way the hubcaps look. I think the rims look a lot better. They look way more aggressive, make the car look a lot better and a lot cleaner, to be honest. So for me, it's not even worth it. I'm just going to keep the hubcaps off. And another thing I like about the rims, I guess, that come with the hubcaps is that they're a dark color, so they're kind of like a gunmetal color, which is nice because it kind of hides the brake dust. So if you have the sport rims, like the upgraded ones, they're obviously white, so when you're braking, that brake dust is going to show on there. So that is one thing that's nice about having, I guess, this aero hubcap type wheel and the rim, because it's dark. So that's kind of a nice little bonus. So that's basically my conclusion on aero hubcap efficiency. Obviously, from my tests at least, the hubcaps don't really get you very much better efficiency. Do you guys think that it's worth it to keep the hubcaps on for this minimal efficiency gain? Is it really worth it to you if you think the actual rims make the car look a lot better? Maybe you put the hubcaps on only for long distance trips where you can get better efficiency. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and thanks for watching.